Hello and welcome back to the channel, and as you know, if you've been following us before, we are gearing up to shoot the climax of my independent science fiction comedy feature film Gardener's Planet here in Cork at the end of June. And it's been very exciting. It's been a long journey to get to this climax of the film, but we are getting just that tiny bit closer. So if you're interested in following someone who makes independent creative film work, not just talking about it or talking about gear or talking about corporate work, but actually makes their own independent creative film work, then do please consider liking and subscribing, because that's exactly what we do here. So with that out of the way, let's push on. So the next block of shooting promises to be some action-packed fun. I'm really lucky to have a wonderful company come on board called Outpost Creations, who are based here in Ireland, in Waterford, and they're going to build a giant puppet monster that's going to appear in the climax of the film. So as you can see, they've already made some really cool and exciting stuff that I'm really excited to play with, and I really think it'll bring the film up a level. The only problem is we're not filming that scene till the end of June, and I'm recording this in May. So in the meantime, I guess I'm just going to have to be... So it's in these periods of waiting that the film has begun to feel just so overwhelming and big and just hard to manage. And I feel like I don't even have a film. I feel like all I have are loads of hard drives and loads of files. I don't feel like I have a film. And worse than that, I think the project has begun to feel so uncreative, and that's the weirdest and scariest thing about it. Like a film is supposed to be self-expression and creative and artistic, and it doesn't feel like that right now. It's just very frustrating to be waiting, and there's no momentum, there's no energy in the project, and it's scary. I don't know, have other people felt like that? Maybe leave a comment if other people have felt like this. I think maybe what I have is creative burnout. It's really hard to expose for today because the weather is like cloud, sun, and you expose for the cloud and then the sun comes out, and you expose for the cloud and then the sun comes out, or vice versa. So it's really annoying. Let me open this up a little bit maybe. Yeah, that seems a little bit better. So it's really weird, the project feeling uncreative. I mean, I know that's part of the process and it's inevitable, but it's still frustrating, and I wish I could push through it. It feels like I have a giant shopping list, and I just have to tick it off one item at a time. And that's not why I got into filmmaking, to tick items off a list, but that's where I find myself now. I was thinking, I wish I could get back to when I was a kid and just making films as a kid and everything being new and exciting and fresh. That was really the best time making films. No shopping lists. Because I always did that as a kid. I always shot everything, the birthdays, the events. I made short films with my sisters, and then when I went to secondary school, I made short films there. And that was a good time. Even though at the time I wanted more of a professional setup at times. And now I have more professional setup, but I've lost some of that spontaneity and joy. So it's in a weird place where you just, you have to take the good with the bad, which feels very Irish to say, but there's some truth in it. But, I want both. I want the professional setup and I want the joy of doing it. But I don't know how to do that. But I do know that if I'm going to be filming this final part of the film in June, I need to get back to some of that childhood joy and spontaneity, because my kid self would have loved to shoot a scene like this with a giant puppet monster. Are you kidding me? It would have been a dream. So I need to find a way of recapturing that childhood joy. In an effort to recapture that childhood joy and escape my creative burnout, I decided to read a book. This book. Reading a book is just always a great way of relaxing and escaping when things feel
like way too much or just overwhelming.
So, if action movies from the 80s are your jam, then I really can't recommend this book enough. It primarily focuses on Schwarzenegger and Stallone, but you also get the side stories of Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, and yes, even Steven Seagal, amongst others. It is a really great and exciting journey that these guys went on in the 80s, and this book really brings you on that journey, so I can't really recommend it enough. So, check it out.
And just in case that wasn't enough 80s, I actually also bought some films that I had never seen before that were mentioned in the book. So now I should be really qualified to direct an action scene.
So that was fun. Hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed watching those movies. They were good fun. They aren't necessarily the kind of movies that I want to make, or obviously am able to make. I think cinema has somewhat moved on from those. It's weird to think that the 80s now is 10, 20, 30, 30 odd years ago. Almost 40, which is kind of crazy. Well, 30 something anyway, let's put it that way. But I think cinema has moved on. I think Fall Guy not doing so well at the box office is kind of evidence of that. But anyway, like I say, I'm the kind of filmmaker who gets more excited by Kelly Reichardt than Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though that's a weird thing to say. But the movies are fun. They remind you not to take life too seriously, and those are important lessons, I think. Yeah, they are. Maybe the lesson for today. I don't know where all this is going. I don't know what I'm going to feel like when the film is done. Am I going to be happy that it's done? Am I going to be sad? I'm certainly going to be sad not to be working with the great people who helped me on the project, but there'll be huge satisfaction at wrapping up the project in as strong a way as we possibly can. But I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I just feel like at the moment my plan is to just try and do the same thing for like an extended period of time, and just see what happens and be consistent in what I'm doing.
So thanks for watching, and here we are heading to the end of Gardener's Planet. If you can believe it or not, oh my god, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'll believe it till it's actually happening. But it is happening. We're shooting the end of June 27th and 28th, and it's coming up fast. Gear is coming in that I've ordered, some gels and some stands and some soft boxes, so that's really exciting. And we're going the right way. I just need to find a way of, meaningfully re-engaging with the film. But honestly, the YouTube videos have been a really cool way of doing that, because it's given me that creative vent to try different things, and it kind of gives me that space that when I'm making the film, I can come back and be organized and professional. I hate that word, but we need just to be organized and professional to wrap this film to a good standard, but we're going to do it. Thank you so much for watching again. If you haven't seen it, my last video was online. It's about me unboxing my latest light, which is the Godox VL300, this guy right here. And I'm taking the YouTube channel very seriously, as I've said, so please do like and subscribe, and when we see you again, we'll have shot this final part. So see you soon.